What's up guys, Will here, and welcome to something a little special I got for you. I'm going to be showing you my first ever playthrough of the new zombie map, Ascension. I did this on solo, and it went alright. I really had no idea where anything was, so I was sort of running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But eventually I found some stuff, and it took me a while, but eventually I find the power. And I think I'm going to do sort of a two-part series to this, because the whole time it took me probably 20 minutes. And I sped up some portions of it that are really boring, but otherwise it left them pretty intact. Now I think I'll just do 2 videos of this, and you'll be able to see my actual first playthrough, which is, I think, is sort of interesting, because it's going to sort of show you how I play this when I really have no idea what's going on. And I have to say, this map's really cool. It's pretty large. It's bigger than most of the other zombie maps that I've played. And I was definitely getting bored with the first zombie map, Kino der Numa, or I forgot what Kino der Toten, or whatever it's called. But I was getting a little bored with that map, but this definitely juices up the whole zombie experience again, and I'm definitely having a lot of fun playing it. And hopefully I get my friends to play it, and I think maybe I'll do a live commentary with that, because personally I feel like when you're listening to a live commentary, I don't think a solo live commentary would be that interesting, but definitely when you're playing a live commentary with your friends, I think it's a lot more interesting, because you get to hear all their reactions and all that kind of stuff. Now I know when I listen to live commentaries, that's what I like to listen to. And it seems to me that when you're listening to live commentaries on zombies is so much more fun to listen to than, say, like a live commentary on something like Ground War. And it seems like when you listen to that, that's just sort of boring. But this, you get a little more reactions. Instead of getting some guy getting pissed off and yelling at some guy that's knifing him, they start screaming because the zombies behind him. And I think I get a much more kick out of that when I watch something like that. So if you guys get the same sort of thing, hopefully you guys enjoy this. And as you can see, that little whirly-dirly thing down there is spinning around. And I'm not sure what that is. I think it's like what they have when they're doing testing on the astronauts when they're going into space, like a centrifuge, and it spins them around and exerts a crap ton of G-forces on them or something and makes them puke everywhere. And like, I've thought about that. If you puked in there, where would the puke go? I think it would just go. Would it go straight out in front of you, or would it be like flying along with you? That'd be gnarly. But as you can see, I built up a bunch of points, and I came out this way. And I really like how it's black and white, and it stays black and white until you turn the power on. So you guys are gonna have to suffer with me, because pretty much I don't get the power on until the very end. And I pick up that gun right here. And this is a really good spot. I had watched one video on some people playing this map before. I think it was like that guy who camps video on this. So I knew that there were some good spots up here, and this is where it seemed like people like to stay. But other than that, I really had no idea where I was going. But this is definitely an interesting map. And I like the idea where you can shoot up in those little launcher things, where there's one over there, and there's other ones that I find a little later on. And I think once you get the power on, you could turn those suckers on, and it'll boost you up like a rocket ship, which is pretty cool. And also, I really wanted to try this, and as you can see, I get knocked down, but I thought these were regular pistols, but when I figured out that they were like bomb pistols, I freaked out. It was pretty awesome. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but my voice is sort of messed up, and I apologize for that. But it's Spirit Week at our school, and I don't know if you guys have a Spirit Week at your high school, but it's just homecoming where we have a bunch of games, so we have to do pep rallies, and I was screaming quite a bit, so I sort of lost my voice, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys can tolerate that. And while using the MP5, it's sort of hard to judge how many bullets you need to put into some people before you can knife them to maximize your points. And I know a lot of people are really good at this game, so with a pistol it's a lot easier, but when you're using something that's fully automatic, it's sort of hard to get the right amount of bullets into someone before you knife them. And I'm not really sure about fixing up walls. It seems like I do it most of the time, but it seems like a lot of people have said, like, if you patch them all up, then all the zombies will get up on the door at once, and then once they break it down, there will be a giant horde after you, unless, like, if you board up a few and then leave a few open, it means they'll come at you at a little more steady stream instead of like 500 zombies at once, which would be quite frightening, I'd have to say. And I'm on round 4 here, and it seems like when you're playing by yourself, you don't get the dog rounds, or in this case, on this new map, it's like a space monkey round or something. I haven't played one yet, so I'm not exactly sure. So hopefully I'll be able to do a live commentary of that, and when you see me encounter my first space monkey, which sounds sort of odd, you'll hear my terrifying shrieks of horror. But I wonder if they're real monkeys, because I know they do send like monkeys up into space, and that's were the first things to send up to space were like monkeys and dogs. So I guess the monkeys just got pissed off, and when they returned, they were zombies. So I have to deal with them. And I guess I should probably talk a little bit about the new map pack, because this is to get this map, you have to get the new map pack. And overall, I have to say I'm pretty pumped on it. Black Ops was getting a little bit boring. It wasn't too bad, but when you get those new maps, it definitely makes it a little more exciting and makes everything feel a little bit more new. And when you have a game like Call of Duty that, and here you can see I'm going to speed it up because I end up just running around looking for where everything is and trying to get my sense of the place here. And I go over here, and I don't think there's really much over here. I found like the AK-74U, so I'm just going to get my try-hard on and spray some zombies in the face. But yeah, the map pack, I say it's definitely worth it for 1,200 Microsoft points. I mean, it seems like quite a bit, and it is sort of expensive, but I think in the end it's worth it, because these Call of Duty games, they seem to come out in increments of 1 to 2 years, and if you don't get that map pack, I think you'd end up just wanting to kill yourself with the repetitiveness of the game. So they definitely add a lot. I think they should have added at least maybe another zombie map, and that would have been really cool to have 2 new zombie maps, because to tell the truth, I think when you're playing with friends, like zombies is a lot more fun, because when you're playing zombies, you're not going to get frustrated, whereas when you're playing regular matchmaking, I know I would sometimes want to pull my hair out because it just gets absolutely ridiculous. But overall, I'd have to say my favorite map would have to be Kowloon. I think that's probably the best map in the new map pack, because it seems like it's put together really well. It has a really good atmosphere, and I enjoy playing it. And a lot of people would say it's too gritty and sort of too depressing, but when I play Call of Duty, you know, I'm not trying to go and like find some unicorns. I want to shoot some people, and I would like to be as realistic as possible. And I think that Kowloon does that, and it makes it really cool. It's a really well-balanced map, especially when you're playing domination. On a lot of maps, when one team captures a flag, it's really hard to capture back. But in Kowloon, it seems like every flag is even, and if a team captures it, it's just as easy to capture it as it is to defend it, so no one really has an advantage. And also, there's so many different levels you can get in that game. You can get really low and go underneath people. You can get on the top of buildings, jump from one building to another. So it definitely adds a really cool aspect to it, and I definitely enjoy that game. And you can actually see me playing that map. I put that in my last Tips with a Streak, episode 2. If you guys didn't check that out, I go give that a peek and see what you think of that, and that was on Kowloon. But other than that, my first part of my first zombie playthrough of the new map Ascension, it's coming to an end. So with that, I want to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you tune in for the next episode. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.